Samantha Hart was a college student living in Palm Springs, California. She had traveled all the way from Louisiana when she was accepted to the SA University the previous year. Samantha stayed in the college dormitory and managed to get by every day on a tight budget. But Samantha was a fun-loving, rather spontaneous young woman. If she had $10 to spare, she'd rather spend it on something fun than save it for the future. Samantha always had one thing on her mind: how to make life enjoyable. A few skipped classes, some late nights out with friends, and crazy trips to exotic bars and restaurants were just part of her typical college routine. Samantha was an average student, barely getting through the semester, with grades just above the minimum passing score. Sometimes it worried her. But after weighing the pros and cons, she always settled on the fact that she would never get these years of her life back. When she was young, strong and beautiful, she knew this was the time for adventure. She obviously wasn't going to go bungee jumping or date handsome guys when she was 60, wrinkly, and walking with a cane. Samantha's roommate had recently moved out of the dorm. A few days later, the dorm supervisor informed her that a young woman had arrived from abroad. As Samantha was heading to her dorm room from the university, she noticed her door was open, and a few eccentric-looking boxes, or rather trunks, were stacked out in the hallway. She stepped inside and found a girl unpacking an odd-looking clay vessel from one of the trunks. The girl sensed something entering the room and glanced around. Judging by her expression, Samantha could tell the girl probably felt a little nervous and shy about the new place. She remembered the supervisor had told her the girl was a foreigner. Samantha smiled brightly and quickly walked over. "Hey, I'm your roommate. You're gonna love it here. The university's great, the professors are awesome, and you'll make a ton of friends. Look, you already have one. I'm Samantha Hart. What's your name?" Samantha stretched out her hand, her enthusiasm unmistakable. The girl looked somewhat startled, but smiled and said, "My name is Luciana Ilara Ivana Mirova de la Torre." Samantha chuckled nervously. Sorry, what was that again? Could you say it one more time?" "You can just call me Leah." "All right then, Leah. Wow, your things are so cool. I took sociology, so I guess you could say I'm an expert on different cultures. So where are you from?" "Really? You're an expert? Well, then why don't you take a guess?" "Deal." Over the next few days, as Samantha and Leah settled into their new routine as roommates, they became good friends, despite being complete opposites. Samantha was the type of girl your parents warned you about, while Leah was the kind of person your parents secretly wished you would be more like. Leah was nice, quiet, and always spoke in a polite, measured tone. she was dedicated to her studies, prioritizing her long-term goals over the fleeting pleasures that Samantha often indulged in. Leah was also quite attractive. She took a lot of care of herself, but in the most unusual ways. While Samantha's morning routine was simply hopping out of the shower, getting ready, shaking off her short hair, and heading out the door, Leah had her own set of rituals and traditions. On the days when Samantha stayed in the dorm room, she would watch Leah take out strange powders, mixtures, grinds, and scents, applying them carefully to her hair and skin. "What is that, Leah?" "This? I brought this from my country. It's made from a special tree native to my land, called the Wifila tree. My people believe it's the source of eternal beauty, and anyone who uses it can tap into that ultimate power. This mixture is made from the fruits, leaves, and barks of that tree. You'd be amazed if you saw my grandmother. Sometimes, I even tell her she looks younger than me." "What? That's crazy. Did you bring all these cool pots from your land too? Come on, tell me, where are you from?" Leah giggled as she walked toward the bathroom. An exotic land full of riches and delights. "Wait, you didn't tell me where." "Oh, I know. You're from the land of the ancient exotic spices." "Nope, not India." Samantha furrowed her brows, watching as Leah locked the bathroom door. Her curiosity piqued. She eyed the strange pots, the ground-up leaves, and the chopped twigs inside. Unable to resist, Samantha bent over and took a sniff. She was amazed by the mesmerizing aroma. What in the world was this? Leah had a few other peculiar rituals she maintained every night. Right before bed, Samantha noticed Leah would go out to the balcony with a weird-looking conch shell. At first, Samantha overlooked it. But then, she heard Leah speaking to someone. Who was she talking to on the balcony? All alone? One night, Samantha even thought she saw Leah talking into the conch shell as though it were a phone. "Who are you talking to?" "Huh? No one. I was just feeling a little homesick. I miss my family. I don't think I'll be able to visit them this summer. Traveling back to my country is pretty difficult." "Don't worry, we can spend the summer together. I'll be staying in California." "But really, Leah, tell me, where are you from?" "From the land of the sea and the sun." "You mean the Caribbean islands?" Leah shook her head and stepped inside. Samantha and Leah shared a bunk bed. Samantha was on the upper bunk, and Leah was on the lower. Every night, Leah would bring in warm water in one of her special crystal glasses and squeeze in a slice of lemon and a spoonful of honey. But Leah didn't drink it. She always placed the glass on the windowsill. "Leah, why do you put that there every night?" "Oh, it's just a small tradition of my people. There's a legend in my land about a bird. Not just any bird. Its beak is made of gold, and its eyes are actual emerald crystals. This bird only from the river of rhinestones that flows through the center of my town. I've tasted the water from the Rhinestone River myself, and I've tried many recipes to mimic the taste. This lemon and honey mixture is the closest I've gotten to it. My people say if the bird ever accepts a drink from anyone, that person will be blessed with fortune. Is that just a folktale? A river that tastes like lemon and honey water? A bird with crystal eyes? Leah, where are you from? From the land of mysteries and hidden treasures. Oh, I get it now. You're from the land of the pharaohs. Nope, not Egypt. Then where are you from? Leah laughed softly. You would love it there. Maybe one day I'll take you. It's a long journey though. We only get so far by plane. After that, we'll have to swim the rest of the way. Why would we swim? Can't we take a boat or a ferry? I'm just wondering if you'll be able to handle the adventure. Have you ever traveled outside the US? Not really. Samantha found Leah quite fascinating. The stories she shared about her country were so strange and bizarre. But what was frustrating was that Leah never actually told her where she was from. Samantha had guessed numerous countries: Egypt, India, China, Middle East, Australia, Africa. But Leah only laughed and responded with another cryptic remark. It had been a week since Leah moved in, and this weekend, Samantha decided to spend her 2 days off at home. Samantha liked tinkering with Leah's weird tools and gadgets. Leah had a cool flute whistle type thing, unlike anything Samantha had seen before. To be honest, it looked like a carved elephant tusk, except it was too small to be from an elephant. Then there was the conch shell with the unusual markings on its back. Leah said she found it near a lagoon back in her country. Samantha was amazed when she put it to her ear. It was as if she could hear not only the splashing waves, but the calls of exotic birds, and sometimes she even thought she heard people talking in the background. Samantha spent the day fiddling with Leah's things, while Leah got up to turn on the TV. Unfortunately, something had happened to the TV remote, and it hadn't been working for some time now. Samantha and Leah crawled into their bed as they watched the late-night shows. Samantha soon started to get drowsy, but was too lazy to climb down and turn off the TV. Aren't you going to turn it off, Leah? I'm falling asleep. Alright, I'm watching something. I'll turn it off in a bit. Samantha could hear Leah giggling as she watched the host tell silly jokes. The background noise of the TV was actually somewhat relaxing. It strangely worked as a sleep aid. After a while, Leah called from the lower bunk. Samantha? Are you asleep? Samantha didn't reply. She had drifted off for a bit, but then woke up to the sound of Leah still watching TV. That's when she saw something that made her jaw drop. Leah's hand stretched across the entire room, reaching all the way to the TV screen. Her arm was impossibly long, at least 10 feet. Samantha was horrified. She jumped up in her bunk and screamed in fear. The next morning, other students and the dorm supervisor were huddled around Samantha. The windows in her room were banging open and shut, and the curtains were fluttering in the wind. Leah was nowhere to be found. Get her some water, she's waking up. Samantha, what happened? Where's Leah? I don't know. Samantha could never forget the days she spent with Leah. At first, she couldn't understand why Leah never told her where she was from. Her things were so bizarre, so out of this world. Her stories seemed unreal. Samantha remembered numerous occasions when she saw Leah do things that had no explanation. Like the time it always felt like Leah was in two places at once. Samantha was sure Leah was in the bathroom, waiting to use it herself. She had been knocking on the door for 10 minutes. But during that time, Leah had walked out of the balcony. But how could Leah have gone to the balcony? The bathroom was a single floor. There was no way she could have been in both places at once. Then there was the strange conversations. Was that conch a phone for real? That night, when Leah's limbs stretched unnaturally long, as though they could defy the laws of nature, Samantha had no doubt that she wasn't living with a regular person. There was something about Leah. Something about the land she came from that felt otherworldly.
If you enjoyed this story, please like and subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends and family.